Hello everyone. For the existence of all living things, water is essential. Without water, we cannot survive. Almost all the human activities, domestic, agricultural and industrial, demand use of water. Water from any source has to be treated before its use. The treatment to which it is subjected depends upon its use. If it has to be used for drinking purpose, the treatment would include removal of objectionable color, taste and pathogenic microorganisms, whereas the water for industrial use require the removal of dissolved salts if it is used for steam generation. Today, we will discuss about the hardness of water, types of hardness and its units, and the degree of hardness. Now, hardness of water. Hardness in water is the characteristics that prevents lathering of soap, or soap consuming capacity of water is known as hardness of water. Water which does not produce lather with soap solution readily, but it forms white curd-like precipitate is known as hard water. Here reaction shows soap is treated with hard water containing calcium and magnesium chloride forms insoluble scum, that is calcium or magnesium stearate. Soap is sodium stearate. Hardness of water is due to the presence of bicarbonates, chlorides, sulfates and nitrates of calcium and magnesium. Now the difference between hard water and soft water. Hard water does not form lather with soap easily, but soft water forms lather with soap easily. Hard water contains dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium. Soft water does not contain dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium. More wastage of time and fuel consumed by the use of hard water because boiling point of water gets increased due to presence of impurities. In soft water, less wastage of time and fuel. More consumption of soap by hard water, less consumption of soap by soft water. Now difference between hard water and soft water. As hardness is the soap consuming capacity of water, so it does not produce lather with soap easily, but soft water forms lather with soap readily. Hard water contains dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium, but soft water does not contain dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium. Due to the presence of impurities in hard water, it takes more time and fuel to reach its boiling point. But in case of soft water, consumption of time and fuel is very less. More consumption of soap required when we use hard water and less consumption of soap by using soft water. So it is the basic difference between hard water and soft water. Now, the types of hardness. There are two types of hardness, temporary hardness and permanent hardness. Temporary hardness caused by the presence of dissolved bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. And temporary hardness can be removed by boiling of water. Permanent hardness due to the presence of dissolved chlorides, nitrates and sulfates of calcium, magnesium, iron and other metals. Permanent hardness responsible salts are calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, ferrous sulfate, aluminium sulfate. It cannot be removed by boiling, but it can be removed by the use of special methods like lime soda, zeolite and ion exchange methods. Now the units of hardness. parts per million. It is the number of parts of calcium carbonate equivalents present in 10 to the power 6 parts of water. Means 1 ppm equals to 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness in 10 to the power 6 parts of water. Now milligrams per liter. The number of milligrams of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 1 liter of water. 1 milligram per liter equals to 1 milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness in 1 liter of water. But 1 liter of water weights equals to 1 kg equals to 1000 gram equals to 10 to the power 6 milligrams. That means milligram per liter equivalent to ppm. 1 milligram per liter equivalent to 1 ppm. Now third unit, degree Clark. It is the number of parts of calcium carbonate equivalent present in 70,000 parts of water. So 1 degree Clark equivalent to 1 part of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness per 70,000 parts of water. Now next unit is degree French or French degree. It is the number of parts of calcium carbonate equivalent hardness present in 10 to the power 5 parts of water. Means 1 degree French equals to 1 part of calcium carbonate hardness equivalent per 10 to the power 5 parts of water. Now it is the relationship between various units of hardness. 1 ppm equivalent to 1 milligram per liter equivalent to 0.1 degree French equivalent to 0.07 degree Clark. Now the term degree of hardness. The expression of hardness usually expressed in terms of equivalent amount of calcium carbonate. For this, calcium carbonate is chosen as a standard because molecular weight of calcium carbonate is exactly 100. So the calculation in water analysis can be simplified and it forms insoluble salt. Now the conversion of hardness causing salts into calcium carbonate equivalents can be calculated by using following formula. Hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent or the term degree of hardness equals to weight of hardness causing salt multiplied by 100, that is molecular weight of calcium carbonate divided by molecular weight of hardness causing salts. Here is a problem. A water sample contains 410 milligram of calcium sulfate per liter. Calculate the hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent. So, we apply the formula of degree of hardness or hardness calculation in terms of calcium carbonate equivalents. So, weight of hardness causing substance or salt multiplied by 100 by molecular weight of hardness causing salt. So in the numerical, weight of hardness causing salt is 410 multiplied by 100, that is molecular weight of calcium carbonate, divided by 136. 136 is molecular weight of hardness causing salt. So the hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent is 301.47 ppm, parts per million. Now the same problem is how many grams of calcium carbonate dissolved per liter gives 84 ppm of hardness. Here we know hardness, that is 84 ppm. Now putting the formula, hardness in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent equals to 84 and we have to calculate weight of hardness causing salt multiplied by 100 by 84. 84 is molecular weight of magnesium carbonate. So after calculation, we get weight of hardness causing salt, that is 70.56 milligram per liter. Now the problem 3. A sample of water is found to contain following dissolved salts in milligram per liter. Magnesium bicarbonate 73 milligram per liter, calcium chloride 111, calcium bicarbonate 81, magnesium sulfate 40 and magnesium chloride 95. Calculate temporary and permanent and total hardness of water sample. Here we have to calculate calcium carbonate equivalent for all the impurities having different amount of concentration. Like magnesium bicarbonate, amount of hardness causing salt, that is magnesium bicarbonate, is 73, and molecular weight of hardness causing salt, that is magnesium bicarbonate, 146. So we have to calculate calcium carbonate equivalent. So for magnesium bicarbonate it comes 50. Likewise, we have to calculate calcium carbonate equivalents for all the hardness causing substances. As we know, temporary hardness causes by the bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. So temporary hardness equivalent to magnesium bicarbonate plus calcium bicarbonate. Calcium carbonate equivalent for magnesium bicarbonate is 50 and calcium bicarbonate is also 50. So 50 plus 50 equals to 100 milligram per liter. As we know, the permanent hardness is caused in water due to the presence of chlorides and sulfates of calcium and magnesium. So here we put calcium carbonate equivalent for calcium chloride, magnesium sulfate and for magnesium chloride. The sum of these equal to 233.3 milligrams per liter. So we have calculated here temporary hardness and permanent hardness. Now the total hardness equals to temporary hardness plus permanent hardness. So here we put the values of temporary and permanent hardness, then we get 333.3 milligrams per liter total hardness. Likewise, the problem 4. In any of the calculation, we have to calculate amount equivalent to calcium carbonate for all types of impurities present in sample water or hard water.